Little slow motion pictures, bro. One slow motion picture.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. Hey, one way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside where soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominence. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luca, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going, I'm off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The war heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on the name of rapper, do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, but down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UPK. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspire. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the feel like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dawg. Certified
bitch, you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK suit solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shorty and I show her. She could never get a priest hoe. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Bass up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga, I popped off for a neck. If that nigga want war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 we gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They tear their head over, nigga.
I read what Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like.
We on? Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yashabrakatah to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatham Bashem Yahushua to the sisters. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York City. You know what I'm saying? We under commanding General Yohana. You know what I mean? We started established in 1969, right? And me, I am your humble servant, priest and officer, Isaiah Allah. Okay, today we're here to talk about, what does it mean to be brave? Okay, what's the definition of courage? Okay, you probably heard of a lot of talks of courage and things like that. Some of the sports teams is the Atlanta Braves. Okay, they got the Fighting Lions or what have you. Okay, but true courage comes from serving the Lord. Okay, and give ISUPK a hand. You know what I'm saying? Full sign Christ, right? Because ISUPK, we are the home of the brave. Okay, we are the keepers of the truth. All right, we are the holders of the light. Okay, because you have some kind of darkness going on around you, we can show you how to illuminate, right? People talk about the Illuminati, but we have true knowledge that can illuminate. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shalom. All right, Mawasar. Yeah, what's going on with you? All right. Shalom to everybody on the chat. You know what I'm saying? On the conference call. If we got anybody on the conference call, come on through. All right. Shalom to YouTube. We got Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Okay, is that brother Halak right there? You live? Hey, it looks like the volume is a little low. Hey, now, we're gonna take care of that in a little bit, but we're gonna take care of the volume right quick. You know, hey Salakia, yeah, the volume is a little low on Trooper right there. If you could, right? You know, because we our message doesn't change. It's been the same thing since 1969. Okay, it's very simple. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. It's not grievous. It's not impossible. Okay, you are the blacks. You are the true nation of Israel as written in the Bible. Okay, blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, now these things we can find in the book of Revelation. Hey, Salak, you put Halak up. Hey, Halak, you check your mic for us.
Common sir. Testing 1 1 2 1 2. Testing.
Well, that's a little bit more.
Testing.
All
1
right.
2 1 2.
Okay.
All right, we're good. We're good. Yes, yeah, Shalom. You Tawab, what's going on with you, mighty man?
I'm Tawab, sir. How about yourself?
It'll do till Tawab gets here. The Tawada.
Common sir.
No, oh, sorry, Christ. If you could, let's get to Acts 5:30. All right, whoever got it, you know what I'm saying? And somebody just came in on the conference call.
Young man, Desmond.
Hey, young man Desmond, how you doing, brother? Are you Tawab?
Yeah, everything to what?
No sign Christ. Hey, if you got any questions, anybody got a question, come on in. You know what I'm saying? Most sign Christ. Because today we're here to define and enlighten our people, make it clear. All right, what does it mean to be brave? Okay, we know about all these movies. What was it? John Wayne. He had a movie called True Grit. Right? What does it mean to be brave? Have courage. Okay, and come to find out, you know what I'm saying? You were brave all along. Okay, you coming into class, you know what I mean? Coming in all black for the brothers and the sisters. They contribute, help the school out. You know what I mean? The best way you can, right? You know, get your name, become a trooper. You know, start putting your brick in, becoming a part of the body of the Lord. All right, that is extremely brave. You should give yourselves a hand. You should be proud of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Should be absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Thrilled. You know what I mean? This is incredible. All right. It's easy to go to a church. You know, just gotta, get you some jeans, some white tees. You don't gotta worry about it. You know, might maybe get you a purple tie. Right? You could go to church. All you gotta do is drop by, Grace Ministries, pastor, whatever, after, what at 6 o'clock, you get off the club, shake yourself off a little bit, you know what I mean? You might take some coffee, you know what I mean, to help you with with the hangover, right? Then you just walk casually into church. You don't even gotta worry about your the dress you wear at the club. You still got your little thong on and you showing your you whatever. It don't matter. You just go to church and after in the middle when you're done, you give pastor your money and you go home. That's easy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change your lifestyle. You can have any alternative, deviations, right? You could do. It's so easy. You could eat pork, shrimp. Hell, you could be a part of the alphabet community, right? It's easy. But to serve the Lord for real, to do as our forefathers did, okay, it's not hard. It's a bit challenging, but just like, what I mean, you get out the gym, right? You had that feeling of accomplishment. You've done something. Or you just came out of, your graduation ceremony. You've achieved something. Okay. Or you got that first sale in your company. All right. You've done something incredible, some achievement. You raised your kids well. Okay. Whatever it is that you've done, you feel a sense of accomplishment from achieving it. Okay. But just by, going to church and shaking you could twerk at the club, and then when you get to the choir worship, you could keep twerking. That's how, you're not required to have self dignity or self respect or self discipline. You're not required to do any of that in the church. Well, if you're in a Catholic church, all you gotta do is 6 Hail Marys. Okay. Oh, you just committed a homicide. Don't worry about it. Just put some money in put some money. Hey, talk to my guy. Say 6 Hail Marys, do 40 push-ups, and you out of here. Okay, that's how it. But is it real? Okay, is it for real? All right, now, but it's not. Okay, it's a lot. Who got that verse?
Come on, concert. The book of Acts, chapter 5, and verse 30.
All right.
Come on, concert. The God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
Okay, man. People don't understand. You got to be raised up. You can't just have some kind of dream. You can't just watch the Passion of Christ and then suddenly you're a prophet. You're a priest. The Lord has to raise you up. Okay, He's not gonna send a magical leprechaun. He's not gonna send some guy in a white suit. All right, like you see in the movies. You know what I mean? And it's not magic. It's gonna send a man, a prophet of the Lord. He's going to teach you. You will be called. Okay, few of us are chosen, right? And once you answer that call, you're going to be raised up. The Lord, He has His ways. He'll raise you up into a mighty man, service of the Lord. He'll raise you up into a mighty, a strong, a virtuous woman who serves the Lord in the best capacity that you can. Okay. Let's go to Matthew 21 and 7.
Come on, come.
Right? Let us know when you got it. Because, listen, it's not like I'm asking you to climb Mount Everest. Okay. It's not like I'm asking you to go through physical therapy after a car accident. It's grueling, it's tough, it's hard. Right? But even if I was asking you to go through that extra step to improve your life, you're going to say, oh, I can't do it. I'm too tired. Oh, that's not me. Oh, no, we don't do that. But listen, you got to find out who you are. You got to dig deep inside yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Ask yourself, who are you really? Okay? Because there are no cowards in the kingdom of Christ. Okay? In the Lord's kingdom, there's no excuses. There's no cowardice. You can't say, oh, I'm tired, or ain't no snooze buttons on the road to success. Okay, and a lot of people say you leaning. Some guy said the other day he's leaning on a ladder to success. You're climbing up the. Somebody else told him, hey, if you're gonna climb the ladder of success, make sure it's leaning against the right building. Okay, it says a lot of us, you put it in a different way. Some of us may have zeal, have strong zeal, but it's not of the Lord. Okay, you may have knowledge, but that's not the same as wisdom. Right? We got that verse.
Salaki had a one. Was that was Matthew and what chapter?
21, 21 and 7, Baba Kushah.
Come with concert. The book of Matthew, chapter 21 and verse 7. And brought the ass and the colt and put on them their clothes, and they set him thereon.
Okay, now let's go to Psalms 91, Baba Kushah.
Come with concert. Verse 1, sir.
Yeah, let's read the whole thing.
Come with concert. The book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say unto the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust.
All right, hold on for a second. In him will I trust. Can you say the same about Joe Biden? Can you say the same for Trump? Okay, how many times? I was watching a program the other day and they was talking about Reagan and when he went to the poorest city in the whole nation at the time, which was Bronx, New York City. He went in there and you seen the buildings are just destroyed. The people are languish. We, we just so poor and sad and destitute. And this devil, he went in there. He had no sympathy, no care for our suffering. And people were talking to him and say, "Hey, man, how come? What's going on? It's been so many years. We keep voting for you, and nothing's changing." And you know what this slick devil said? He had the nerve to answer back. He said, "What can I do? I'm just a congressman. I can't do anything unless you vote me in the office." That's what he said. I can't do anything for you until you vote me in. We vote him in, nothing. You vote him in for the second term, nothing. Well, he did do something, right? Who heard of the 80s crack epidemic? Yeah, we all know about that. We all suffered from the result of that. We all know someone, some family member, some loved one, all right, who suffered as a result of the policies, okay, the procedures, policies, procedures, the laws, everything that the redlining, okay. But what this devil's gonna say, I can't do anything, buddy. You gotta vote me in first. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna work for you. He's gonna lie. He's gonna deceive you and tell you all type. He's gonna say, "Trust me." Well, let's read that again.
Come. I will say unto the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust.
In him will I trust. Okay, I'm not. You don't trust Ronald Reagan. You don't trust your oppressor. You don't trust the devil that's, oppress your family for hundreds of years, who's unalive our people, right? Or who has corrupted our people, who has destroyed our people, right? So lock it. We can't trust him. He's already shown his hand. We can't be like, I'm playing poker with somebody. I already know the hand. I already know what you got. I know what you're holding. And you're gonna tell me some BS. It don't work that way. Okay. He's gonna say, "Oh no, that was in the past." Okay, that's what my uncle did. That's what my whatever. That's great whoever. But he still got the money, and he's still gaining in interest. Okay, he's still holding assets. Okay, that they stole from your ancestors, your forefathers, your mothers.
Right.
Okay, I'm over here, man. I'm have a family member who wants to buy a house in Florida. He's going around with his family looking at places and this and this and that. Come to find out, you know, like for example, if you get a house in Georgia, you could get insurance policy for let's say $600, 1,000 or whatever. Now those are the ranges, right? You go to Florida, so many companies are leaving the state. The policies are so crazy. You know what I mean? You might pay 6, 7, 8, 10 grand for some house for something you could pay $600 in a different state, right? And he don't care. You know, they're not trying to make ways to make it easier for you. They're gonna give you some food stamps or give you a coupon, but they're not gonna give you anything of substance, something of value. They're not gonna tell you who you are. Right? They're not gonna show you how to fish. They're gonna give you, they're gonna give you some tilapia, some frozen tilapia, okay, and some ketchup. But they're not gonna show you how to fish. They're gonna give you a housing voucher, all right, a little bit, whatever, just so you could get by, just so you could say they're not racist. Okay, they're gonna give you just enough so you can say, you know what I mean? But instead, they're not gonna help you build a house. Okay, they'll give you a bus pass, but not gonna help you build your own bus company like we did in the past. All right, because they know if you have too much freedom, you have too much power, too much confidence. You don't want you confident. He want you sad. He want you depressed. He wants you alone. And that's why he separates your families. Okay, more than ever, we got, beautiful women who are single and lonely. They can't find a man. All right, I saw a show the other day. Some sisters went to a singles event, and it was like 50 sisters there and 3 guys. What's going on with our society, right? Who knows? All right, let's get a Job 21:10, Bubka Shah.
Come, sir.
Let us know when you got it.
Come, sir. The book of Job, chapter 21 and verse 10.
Salaga 23:10.
Come, sir. The book of Job, chapter 23 and verse 10. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. Because we don't know the value of our soul. Your soul, you know what I mean, is eternal. I know we said it once before. It's a term called nerd. 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 No one ever really dies. That's in the world that they say, right? But truth is, you know what I mean, as we learn from our forefathers, when we pass away, okay, or when we go on to the great beyond, right? Our bodies stay on Earth, right? We feed the planet. This is the perfect plan. We become one with the planet. You feed like the general was always saying, feed the worms. Okay, you don't want to know what that means, but in this term, when we pass away, our body stays here. Okay, but our spirit returns to the Father.
Come.
Okay, and when it's time, He brings us back. Often He'll bring us. He'll continue. He'll bring you back into your children, right? If you're a man, You may come back as your son or grandson or what have you. For a sister, she may come back as her daughter or granddaughter, what have you. So it's a perfect plan. Okay, some of us may be going through certain things in life, and you feel like, man, it's my only chance. You only live once, YOLO, and you feel it in your heart like, man, I've wasted my life. I got no money. I got no wife. I got no kids. Got no husband. You know, you passed your time to give birth. Whatever it is you're going on in life, but know for a fact, we got that verse in Ecclesiasticus, right? There's nothing new under the sun, right? Some of the reincarnation scriptures, because thing is, reincarnation is real. It's true. Okay, for those who serve the Lord, right? He'll bring you back. If you're a prophet back then, you're a prophet now. You're a mighty sister back then, you're a mighty sister right now, right? Because our souls just keep, you know what I mean? The Lord can just put you in a new body. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes.
Come on, sir. Lock it, sir.
Oh, got that verse?
Come on, sir.
Rock and roll.
Come on. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
That's right. There's nothing new. People saying times are harder than it's ever been, things this and that. We are at the end times. Things are getting, things are pretty tough, right? But we've been captives for thousands of years. The great evil and disgusting things that the suppressor has done thousands of years ago, he's doing it right now. Okay, he's just more sophisticated. He's got more technology, computers, and all this crap to make himself feel more confident, to feel more proudful and confidence in his day of evil. But it's nothing new. Okay, and, the same beautiful women that's walking thousands of years ago, beautiful women walking around today. Okay, and as we said before, we got attractive sisters who are not married and just living their lives single. There's brothers who has means who normally would be able to get sisters. They're deciding to live by themselves. We got this movement called MGTOW, MGTOW, men going their own way. We got, there's people, we're talking in the world, of course, right? It's something called incel, or involuntary celibate, right? And these are, mostly Edomites, but unfortunately, we are, grafting into their culture, right? We're clinging unto them, and we're getting all the bad, consequences that go along with it, right? So that's what's going on. And you ask yourself, why? Okay, this is like the strongest urge a man can have is a desire for a woman. It's so, but testosterone levels are going down. Okay, people are not having babies and not reproducing, not having families. The nuclear family is pretty much been nuked, right? And that's a damn shame, right? But here we, we follow the law. Okay, we fight for our lives, we fight for our laws. Okay, we defend the truth. Okay, ISUPK is the home of the brave. Okay, Slovakia. Let's go to Matthew 25 this time.
Come on, sir.
25 and 1.
Come on, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Okay, let's go to 2.
Come on. Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Okay, let's keep going.
Talmud. Verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
All right, let's go to 7.
Talmud. Verse 7. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. Verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you.
All right, let's hold it right there for a second. You know, in the kingdom, you know what I mean? There'll be 7 women will, you know what I'm saying, cling on to one man. Okay. And they're gonna bring their own raiments, their own clothes, their own money. Now they're talking about today, if a man what I think someone said, you know, about these new age girls, they call them 666 girls. Right? You gotta have 6 figures in your bank account. You gotta be 6 foot tall. And you know, there's some other stuff I want to talk about, but that's what they doing. That's the whole. If you don't got enough money, if you ain't tall enough, if you ain't got no status, you got some kind of power, position, you're a rapper, you're a whatever, you're a thug wannabe. Women ain't respecting you now, right now. They're not even they wanna talk to you. They wanna give you the credit that you deserve. You work hard for your money. You know what I mean? You support your kids. You do what you gotta do to survive. But they don't care about that. You know, it's all about, hey, you know what I mean? What you got Gucci? You got any Fendi? You know, it's the world it's things are so upside down. Things are so crazy, right? Now, what's a popular, you know, back in the day, you see people say cool. Hey man, he cool. He's bad. People say bad, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But now the popular word is savage. In my language, you know, we're from tribal Levi, you know, in Haiti. That is a terrible word. Sauvage. It's like a brutal. It's a man. You won't even. No one would be using that as a positive thing, right? That's. But the state that we are right now, it's cool. You know, it's something I hear so often in some of these oppressive communities. One guy was saying, I don't know what about him, I don't know his deal, but he was on YouTube and he was saying his favorite phrase is the phrase gender bender. And he just going off about this is what culture has become, right? Like if you go to the Eastern European countries, right, it's very popular, something they call grooming, right? Where they have these old Muslims or old ass men try to meet these teenagers from high school, what have you, and they'll meet them online and whatever, and they'll groom them, and then they'll have. Then I won't even go into. It'll be like they would abuse these young ladies, all right, and that's the culture for them, and it happened thousands of times. It's not even a one time thing. It's a very frequent thing that happens all the time in their culture, right? You go over here, it's a different culture, right? You go to their countries, you cover the women, they're not allowed to drive, they can't have jobs, they can't go to school, you know what I mean? And they have a lot of assault, physical assault culture. That's their culture, right? We may think about it and not even another thing, all right? Get me the verse the heathen's rage and imagine the vain thing, right? It's another country. We not even see having the benefit of having brothers in the truth help you out is invaluable because we look at all sides of a story. Okay, we look at the big picture before we make a determination, right? In this case, sister went to Japan, went to school event or what have you, looking to have fun and enjoy herself, be with friends, meet new people, and things like that. But then do her research, right? Japanese culture is not the same as California culture. Just like California culture or San Francisco culture is not the same as Idaho culture, right? In this case, sister went out there. She's having a good time. She's in the club. She's drinking and she's enjoying herself, but didn't know about the culture. Okay, in Japanese culture, man, assaults are huge. Hey, shalom, warrior. Hey, Lord of Christ. All right. Hey, no doubt, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because in that culture in Japan, right, physical assault or sexual assault is pretty big. Okay, there's incidents where young ladies are going to work in the middle of a train station with 5, 6, 7 Japanese men would assault that girl. And when they assault, after it's done, physically, sexually assault the person right in the train station, broad daylight, cameras recording, and when they would accuse the person, hey, Shalom, what's going on? Right, Lord of Christ, all right. And when they catch the person, right, often they won't even catch him because the culture is they don't talk about it, don't speak on it, just keep it moving. But in the rare cases where they catch the guy, they let him go. It's like an unspeaking or unspoken type of thing, right? It's been their culture for a long time. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? But us, we think life is sweet. Everything, life is, we're just having fun. You want to go see a new country, experience some new experiences and whatnot. But we learn the hard way, right? You got to learn about the other people's cultures. You got to learn about Tawab, yeah. You got to learn about, what I'm saying, what these people do, what I mean, how they live and their culture. Because we go in there, we don't know about, what I mean, what these people, what they believe, what they do, their habits, and we found out the hard way. Hey, Salah, you got that verse?
Common sir. The book of
Okay.
Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing?
The people imagine a vain thing. One time I was I was working. It's New York City in Queens, South Side Jamaica, and I'm coming off work. I was working in the city. I'm getting some gas. I had to wash my car a little bit. I was a limo driver, and I meet this guy, Elamite. Right? I'm giving him his money, put some money in my tank. He said, "Hey, my brother, hey, I like your suit." He's talking, "Hey, you good guy. I like you, good guy." And he just starts talking and talking. I'm waiting on him. I'm waiting on the credit card. I'm putting in the numbers. And he's just saying, "Hey, man," but in his own language, he say, "Oh man, I love the women. I love the booty. It's so sexy and black and they blue." He say, "Hey, I got some videos. You want to?" I said, "Ah." He's just talking to you like, see, it's so normal. You know how many times I'm walking down the street and they're just talking to you like they know you. Guy talks up to me, "Hey man, let me give you another story." A guy in Cali, a coworker, he likes to look at high school girls, 17, 18, whatever. And when he sees one he likes, I kid you not, he says, "Oh, you seen that one, man? Oh, she's got an ass like a 10-year-old boy." That's a quote that they actually use. And I know more people who say that quote. That's how people think, right? That's their culture. These are their values, right? And we don't even because we're just trying to get by. We're trying to live our lives. You got bills. You know what I mean? You want to go to Disneyland. You want to go Six Flags, Coney Island, have a good time. That's all. You just want to live. But you need wise continents. You need somebody who can guide you, who can see further than you can, right? And tell you, you know what I mean, put you on the right path. Because we don't even know. The heathen rage and they imagine in their heart a vain thing, right? This people, like this guy, he got caught. He was scamming, scheming, taking money, right? And when he got caught, he's like in his mind, he's completely innocent. He's like the people are lying. The news companies are lying against me. It's a conspiracy. Like these devils, they have it so deep in their heart that their lie is the truth. They believe it's the truth, right? And they're in prison. Like, oh man, I don't know what happened. I just got caught, right? Just like you see in a cartoon, Scooby Doo. They don't say I'm guilty, I'm sorry. He says, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those blasted kids. That's what these devils do. They imagine that their evil is good. Okay, Salakia.
They
Hey,
would get away with it if it wasn't for the ISUPK.
damn right. Give him a hand. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody right now. See, we need to call lost and found. Right? There's somebody right now with a purple shirt who's walking around with a boot up his stomach. He can't even cough right. He coughed. You see Timberland coming out his tongue. Like, is that your tongue? That's Timberland. Because that's a mighty man of ISUPK. Okay? He was like, man, I would have been, you know what I mean? I would have got away with my sodomite, you know, my sodometry. What word they would create. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for Moussar. You know what I mean? This pesky Israelites, he's over here, you know what I mean? Listen, this ain't no game. You know what I mean? Black man, woman, Native American, right? Man and woman, you better be proud of yourself, okay? You better know who you are, all right? 'Cause the truth is, you are the true Israelites, the chosen people of the Lord,
That's
okay?
right.
The people of the book,
Right.
okay? So, like you. I just go to Deuteronomy 28:57.
Come
Baba
on,
Kashar, let us know when you got it.
come on, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 57. And it reads, and towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all
I'm out
things.
of line. All right, keep going.
Salakia, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 57. And towards her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly. In the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Yeah, I'm two up. Yeah. All right, let's lock here. You know, Babylon eats her own. She eats her flesh. There's a word I learned, you know, not too long ago called infanticide, right? You talk about sharks. Sharks don't sleep. All they do is swim around 24 hours. They don't even have eyelids. They can't blink, right? That's why they're so terrifying, right? All they do is seek and destroy. 24 hours a day, they're hunting, right? And a shark will eat its own children. It's called infanticide. Now, that's what Babylon, America does. That's what the West does. That's what Britain does. United Kingdom. They eat their own children. Now she would have animosity towards the children between her feet, right? So what is that called? Abortion. Okay. What imagine we have about what 14, they're saying 20 million, some saying 40 million blacks, so-called blacks, African Americans in America today. Now how would that look? How would that be different? Okay, how imagine what would that look like if we had 30 million extra babies alive right now? Okay, because that's the amount that we terminated or neutralized during these abortions. We would have had maybe 70 million African Americans, so called blacks. You know what I mean? Could have been 80 million, could have been 100, because you know we reproduce, right? But this crafty devil, he's such a beast, such a disgusting oppressor. He devised a way to put our numbers down. And those of us who make it, man, what Kanye said? Sure was it? Lucky if I make it till 25. I don't know if, but you know what I'm saying, right? Right? We don't even make it to 25. You gotta put a bet, put a lot, say, man, put something in your bank account. If I make it to 25, I'm a withdraw it and you'll be rich. Because you know what I'm saying? It's so crazy in our environment, right? The crazy trauma, you know what I mean, we gotta go through just to go to school. I remember one of my partners, man, he had to roll with 3, 4 deep just to go to school. He got to walk around 5 blocks. We used to call it the dark side, right? Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York. You got to walk around. You got to be careful how you walk, right? The people could try to jump you. You got to know how to position and maneuver yourself, right? Because that's what goes on. You know what I'm saying with this Slocky. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Come, sir. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
In thy gates. And who can get that verse? Our gates languish. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shalom, sis. All right, all right. Because this oppressor, he doesn't care. You know, he's up all night dreaming, devising, plotting, scheming of ways to overtake you, to take your money, right? Your hard-earned investments. Okay. Now, there's a quote in the world. These devils say, he says, what's mine is mine. What's yours is mine. Now that's the type of deviousness. That's the type of thought process these beasts go through. They don't know about working hard. Now you ask yourself, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he said, "Man, he realized something. To be in the mafia, to be a made guy, or you're in some kind of organization. To be in that is to be a parasite. That's mainly it. They don't go to work. They don't have jobs. They don't produce anything. They don't add value to a community. What they do is shake you down. Find out who's got the good. They wanna know who the hardest working man and woman is, so they can take what you got. That's how this devil is. Okay, he's such a bad. See, he came out with a quote and he made it popular. If you build, they will come. But he didn't tell you. He talked about himself, right? You build up Black Wall Street, oh, he coming. You build up Seneca Village, oh, he coming, right? For those who don't know, Seneca Village was a popular African American, so-called black town, city that was booming, thriving, you know what I mean, making money, you know what I mean, peaceful, loving environment. But he come through, he kick us all out, kick everybody out, and he calls it Central Park. Okay, so that's what happens. We build, and he will come. Okay, what we got? What Harlem? He coming in Harlem now. Harlem ain't Harlem no more. Harlem is called Soha. Okay, we got what is it? No, it's called NoHo. NoHo. So we got Soho. That's the south of Houston Street. We got north of Houston Street. NoHo. That's how they doing it. Okay, it don't matter what. We got the what is it? Negro leagues. We doing our thing. We making money. He comes in. He buys it out. Takes our best contracts, our best players, and he calls it the MLB. Okay, he'll take everything that we create and make it his own. Right. All right, and then he'll tell you it was all my idea. Okay, there was something came out in England the other day, or recently. There was some Edomite who played the role of Michael Jackson. Right? And they're saying, oh, it's all about colors and love. We're all the same. It's okay if we put an oppressor as Michael Jackson, right? And they're saying it's cool. It's no problem, right? So, okay, let's go to Genesis 2 and 24. Hey, somebody just came in the conference call. Okay, I heard somebody just came in. Okay, Salakia. All right, we're going to Genesis 2 and 24. Bob Kushar.
Salakia, sir.
You got it?
If I may, do you still want Judah Morning?
Let's go to that one. If you already got it.
Come on, sir. Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black.
What does languish mean? What does it mean our gates are languish? Anybody could answer this. Come on in. Who's this?
Yeah, man, Desmond.
Hey, talk to me.
It means like the gates is like toe down.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. What you got? Huh?
Weak.
Very good. That's good. That's good. Give me more. Bring it home. Who could bring it home for me? Our gates are language. What does that mean? Our gates. Yeah.
So-called black leaders, they're weak. They compromise. They sell us out.
Okay, that sounds like.
But you know it's sloppy, sir. Go ahead.
Please continue.
But you know the gates, that's your first defense.
Right.
They supposed to be watching out. But they so weak that they don't care. As long as they can line their pockets up.
That's right.
If you black Hispanic representative, hey, they'll sell you out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our gates are languish. Okay. Our gates are our protection. Okay. Our gates are our defenses. It's like our fortress. Okay. If we have no fortress, just walk on in. Okay. You got something?
Salakia, I don't want. No, sir. I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, sorry in Christ. Because you know what I'm saying? If you got a bank, you got assets, well, you got a car dealership, there's a fence around it. There's a gate protecting those assets. You have money in a bank, there's a vault. There are gates made of steel, of security codes and high-tech, technology to protect your investment. That's what your gate is. All right. Now, when they took out the strong black man out of the family, they broke down our gates. They tore down our walls. So when the thieves in the night, they get a itching, they have that desire to do evil. All they gotta do is just walk in. What are you gonna do? There's no defense. All you got. What you're gonna do is call 911 and hope to get there in time. Right? Because chances are, when you call the cops, they're showing up an hour after the fact. Right? This is why we teach our men, right? We teach our people, we teach our daughters to protect ourselves. Okay, we teach our people self-defense. Because when something goes down, we know the response time average is probably 40 minutes. Okay, if you're in a good neighborhood, okay, you're all right. You're okay. But how many of us live in Buckhead? Huh? Not me. I don't live in Buckhead. I don't live in Fifth Avenue or what is it for California? What is San Marin Drive? I don't live there. Or if you're talking about Texas, but anyways, wherever you at, you know what I'm talking about. You have a good neighborhood, and 3, 4, 5 minutes from there is the hood. Okay, in the hood, the cops go there. They'll get there. I remember one time we had an accident, whatever. It took them 3 hours to get there. Okay, now the cops are gonna be at the scene with a pen and a notebook just to write down the details. You're gonna talk to the witnesses. Hey, who shot him? Oh, how many times did he get shot? Or who saw him? Or what happened? Who did it? And they're gonna come to the crime scene with chalk and yellow tape. All right, they'll put okay, that's one bullet casing, one bullet there. That's their job. Okay, a father, when something goes down, he gets up, he looks around, and if somebody's assaulting his family member, he's gonna intervene. All right, brothers in the school, this is what we do. We protect our families. Okay, we call 911 just to report, where the other guy is, and okay, he's okay. We knocked him out, but he's okay. So that's their job. That's what they do. Okay, they'll come in there and take and get evidence of the crime scene. But us, we're here. You know what I mean? We're supposed to protect our families. Okay, you don't call 911 and wait 3 hours. Okay, you're supposed to have procedures. All right, there was one guy in a Christian church in Texas. He didn't wait for this is a oppressor church, of course, because white Christianity is not the same as black Christianity, right? What happened with Dylan Roof? 9 people were unalive. They were terminated, neutralized. They were taken off of here, all right, by this devil oppressor Dylan Roof. It didn't take much time, he had no resistance at the front door, no resistance at all. He just had to walk out and go to the police cruiser, and they took him to Burger King. That was it. That's just, he's all right. But in this Texas incident, in an oppressor church, the guy, he unalive, he shot one person. Before the person hit the ground, he's changing his aim to hit another person. Before he even gets a chance to do it, he's gone. His soul left his body because there's another guy, an oppressor behind him, and he has his firearm, and he don't play that, right? Because oppressors' Christianity is about conquest. It's about taking land, creating opportunities when there is none.
Right.
That's what they say. Oh, how many people died? Don't worry about it. That's how you make omelets. You got to crack a few eggs. Okay, that's just how it is. You know what I mean? You're just young guys. Hey, boys will be boys. Well, don't worry about it. The guy was a prick anyway. Forget about him. So that's what they do. That's what they'll say, right? And their conquest to be kings and to be lords over us, they'll commit all types of heinous activities and crimes, right? And say, it wasn't me. We thinking, what's the guy name? What's the guy say it wasn't me? Who know I'm talking about? It wasn't me.
Salaki said.
Who know I'm talking about?
Salaki, Shaggy.
Shaggy. I'm thinking, what's it, Sean something? Okay, Shaggy. I'm thinking
Shaggy.
Sean. No, all right, okay. So we thinking Shaggy is a guy. Nah, man, it's oppressor. It's a Sean O'Malley. He's the one that slay us and hold themselves not guilty. Okay, and then in fact, they'll say, bless the Lord. He has blessed my hands. Right? That's what they said during Thanksgiving. when they massacred the our people, they said it is the Lord's doing, and they made a festival, celebrate, dance, joyous event, drinks on me, libations, right? All the while they're doing this evil thing, but their hearts they imagine a vain thing. You know, you got that verse,
Come, sir.
sis. All right.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, and verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his wife and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
And they shall be one flesh. Okay. Now it was brought out in a story recently, something called well, we when a man and a woman lay down with each other, it's a bond. You have to create a bond. It's a physical bond. And when women lay down with many different partners, they lose the connection and they're unable to fall in love. Right? There's a name for it. You can look it up, find out for yourself. But people just learning now about quarantine, right? People just now learn about washing their hands. We've been dapping each other for thousands of years. But these people they shake their hands and share, pass all their germs, right? They just now learn about quarantine. We knew about that in the Bible years ago. They're just learning about this new drug, which causes bonding, and you can bond with your mate and whatever. This is what they're just learning now, but we knew about it thousands of years ago. Okay, you become one flesh, but they don't. What they say? Oh, you could be bad all by yourself. You don't need that man. Oh, he don't got a job. Oh, he's just he just mops the floor. Nah, you better get you a manager, girl. Okay, you better do something about that, right? And this is what they were taught in the Christian church. We're taught ways to destroy our own people, to destroy our own marriages, our own culture. All right. So, let's go to Amos 5:23, Bob Kushar.
Come.
When you got it.
Come. The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
For I will not hear the melody. Listen, there's another way. See, our people, we're so poetic. You know what I mean? The Lord just gave us season and flavor. What's another way you could say that? I ain't smelling what you're cooking, man. Get that out of here. Right? So the Lord's saying, man, get that out of here, man. I don't care about your noise. You trying to sing this holiday, jolly Christmas jingle bells? I ain't trying to hear that. Take away from me thy noise. Right? It's such a poetic and graceful matter. Right? So let's go to the next verse. Salakia.
Come, sir. Verse 24. But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream.
Let judgment run down as waters. Now, these people thinking we could do what we want. We had the Lord's children in captivity. It's pretty much game, set, and match. It's over. He's checkmated us 1,000 years ago. He got nothing to worry about. But what does it say?
But let judgment run down as waters.
Let judgment run down as waters. Okay, he holds himself not guilty. He feels his own pride. He feels the measure, the weight of his own, his self presence. Right? He calls himself a god. All right, he is right. When he says one nation under God, he's talking about himself. right? He said, I got this. The sun doesn't set on what I got. He's God. He's got money. He's got bases on the moon. He's trying to get to Mars. He's got drones that's flying around the sun, sort of, allegedly, right? He does. Who he got to worry about? You don't got to worry about nothing.
Right.
Now let's go to Leviticus 23, 27. Babkusha,
Salakia Adawan, if I may,
please.
I just wanted to say that was so heavy what you was bringing out, about how they see themselves as being not one nation under God, but basically the nation under God. As if there's no other contenders. It's all about them. And when you think about that, you think about the scripture that says Lucifer being the light bearer, and how they in the scripture that says who shall bring me down to the ground, So I just wanted to bring that out, sir. If I may, I yield.
That's excellent. Say who can contend with him? He rains fire from the sky. He's a drat, but he'll find out, right? Now, wasn't it just a month ago or two that America's credit rating was brought down from A+? No one could ever imagine this happening. Now, Lehman Brothers has been around for 100, 200 years. One of the biggest banks, companies in the world, they're out of business. Right. All right. One of the toughest, baddest, macho president of all time. Right. He's so tough and macho, and he'll say, hey, even every Mexican is bad. I guess some of them are good, I suppose. He wasn't joking, right? Number 45, Trump. Who would ever imagine that a president of the United States will be indicted, no less by a black, so-called black African American DA, right? But they're playing the whole game, right? They're trying to get their civil war going on because he got a black sister in Atlanta, and they put him in the prison where 6 brothers died in 1 month, right? And then you got a black DA, Letitia James, in New York City, going after him, right? And there's a so-called black African-American judge in D.C. by the name of Chutkins. She's going after him. So all these Negroes are going after this Germanic, this Norse goddess, because what he said? He said I could unalive somebody in the middle of Times Square and just and no one could arrest me. He wasn't joking, and he's telling the truth, because that's his favorite president was Andrew Jackson. Is Andrew Jackson one of the worst, terrible, devious criminal minds that has ever walked this planet, and that's his favorite president, and he unalived thousands of people, and he's okay. He's on the dollar bill. Okay, so could you imagine what's the verse? I shall see servants on horses, right, and kings on foot. Isn't that what's going on now? Okay, now this is no one could imagine, and the president's son, Hunter Biden, he's being indicted. We're seeing crazy things going on right now that we've never seen before. We're talking about signs and wonders and all this stuff is right in front of us. That's okay, right. Now what will you do? Okay, my brothers and sisters, because you have an option. You have a choice. Okay, like all of us. Okay, you can choose, because we all have 24 hours a day. It all depends on how you spend yours. Okay, as for me, in my house, we shall serve the Lord.
Right.
Okay.
Come.
Okay, you got that Leviticus 23:27.
Come on, sir. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 27. And it reads, also on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be in holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Okay. Now, what does the world do? Oh, they'll do Saturnalia, right? They'll do all types of crazy holidays, and orgies and crazy stuff that these people do. But we afflict ourselves. Okay, we're not talking about crazy rituals like you hear in Opus Dei. For those who know secret society, they'll whip themselves, they'll flail themselves, they'll beat themselves, they'll tie, things of objects of pain to afflict their spirits just to, eliminate their so-called original sin. Right. But that's not the Lord don't tell us to do that. They're doing crazy things. There's people who hurt themselves in terrible ways just to, say that they're afflicting themselves. But the Lord commands us to afflict ourselves, but in this manner. You don't eat, okay? You don't drink for 24 hours. You got to make it complicated. Oh, I'm not going to watch my favorite show today. I mean, you could if you want to. That's not the law. All right, let's keep going.
Come on, sir. And ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Wait, you at 28?
Verse, no, that was the end of 27, sir.
I got you. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Okay, let's keep going.
Come on. Verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people.
Right, back in the day, we have rules of abandonment, okay, of banishment, right? Now, in Israel, they follow this rule. That's ours, they stole our culture, they stole our name, our identity, right? We put in the claim, trying to get our identity back, right? But what they do is, if somebody commits a crime, instead of putting them in a prison, 6x6 prison or what have you, they would just banish the person. Okay, you're forbidden to, to come back home, get a job, whatever. So that's your punishment. That's one of them. And people that don't imagine, right? The punishment of banishment is terrible. It's like people fear that, right? And it would be such a tough punishment that people would just, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay away from it, right? But now you got what, cashless bail. You could just commit a crime and just walk away. There's no punishment anymore. This one guy, he unalived 10 people. And he gets 60 years in prison. He could come out, enjoy the rest of his life and keep it moving. Right? Let's keep going.
Come on, sir. Verse 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
Keep going.
Verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations.
Last verse.
Come. In all your dwellings. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
Celebrate your Sabbath. Now, people always complain about, and we have, like today is a day of atonement, and we memorialize, things of our past, and we take treasure. We honor the works of the men and women above us, before us, who came before us, right? So we atone for today's a day of atonement. But other than that, we have feast days. We have a whole bunch of days. Brothers and sisters come together and fellowship. We have a good time. Got the all black party, people dancing, having a good time, people singing and whatever. Kids running around playing. I remember I'm gonna say how my brother said. My brother from New York City, my Ottawa officer Hazza Hobbs said he was describing how his first Passover was and how his experience was. I'm a trooper at the time. He's saying, "Oh man, it's incredible. We in the hotel, we chilling, we having a good time, partying. You know what I mean? Seeing the little kids running around, seeing little short, like 5, 6 year old little boys and girls. He said, "Y'all should show up that die." He said, "Okay, he's speaking Hebrew, little man, little, okay, what's going on?" You know what I mean? So that's our culture. And you should be proud of it. It should make you feel happy. I remember he said, man, one brother told me, I'm not gonna say who, but one brother said, hey, he brought a tear to my eyes, man. I'm seeing 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people in one big area, and everybody's, what I mean, fellowship, and no cops getting called, no fights, no violence, nobody's getting robbed. So, hey, somebody came up on a microphone system. Hey, somebody left their Samsung Galaxy 12. Somebody left their iPhone 10. Man, listen. If that doesn't impress you or impress upon you what we're really about, then you had to set in your mind from the beginning what you're gonna believe, and I can't change that. But if you have eyes to see, ears to hear, right, then you'll know we are the home of the truth, the home of the brave. All right. Yeah.
The thing about that is that you should say that because
Right.
look at it. We have no animosity. We don't shoot each other. We don't stab each other. We don't fight.
Yeah.
But they say we can't come together without something happening.
You know what happens when we come together? Babies come out. That's what happened because we love our people. We love our families. We take care of our responsibilities, of our duties. All right. Because we have a serious charge here, at the ISUPK, and we take it very seriously. All right. Let's go to Zephaniah 2:1. Let us know when you got it.
Come.
All right.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
O nation, not desired. Ain't nobody, see, everybody wants to be like us. They want to talk like us. They want to dance like us. They want to dress like us. Ain't nobody want to be us. We are not desired. All right. They desire to be cool, to be the salt of the earth like you are, but they don't want the smoke. Right? They want the peace, they want the hammer, but they don't want the smoke. They want the hammer, but they don't want the nail. Okay, that's what happens. Okay, so lock you. Right? So gather yourself together. Okay, we just had a recent sit down with give a handout to Captain Tazariak. All right. Most High Christ, the mighty captain in the ISUPK. You know what I mean? The men above us teaching us, and you know what I mean? We just had a sit down with a different group, and they had their own animosities, and we sat down in a cordial manner, and we settled things out. We settled our differences. You know what I mean? Brother to brother, man to man. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody fought. Ain't nobody had to call the police. Ain't nobody, none of that. You know what I mean? That's how adults, you know what I mean, carry themselves. Okay, we ISUPK, men of class, women of class, of status.
Right.
Okay, these are things that don't exist in this world. Okay, we're seeing it's like I'm in a school. It's like I'm looking at an old 40s movie, 1940s movies. I'm hearing the song. I'm hearing the little horn in the background. I see a little hat. The guy got his hat on. He's got a long coat. He's got a tie, and he's got a real serious look on his face. You know what I mean? He'll say a real cool quote like, "Hey, you look like a guy who took a high dive into a low well." Right? It's a place of classiness, of status. It's not one time I ever seen a brother or a sister and not salute them. It's just like second place, right? We were taught as a lot of us, we have who had the blessing and gift of being raised by our parents. They taught us brush your teeth when you wake up, fix your bed, young man. All right, put your shoes in your, put them, organize your shoes, young lady. Right, we are taught ways of how to conduct ourselves, how to treat other people. Say, hey, don't stare at that person. It's impolite to stare. These are things we teach our kids, we teach our families, and we receive correction and we give it as adults, right? These are things that we forgot about. Okay, we're growing up, you forgot about the first time, what I mean, you learn about oh, there's an astronaut, somebody went outer space, right? You're like, wow, okay. Now, in the truth, you're like, oh, that's a man. That's what a man's supposed to be. And he said, oh, that's how a lady is supposed to conduct herself. Right. And when I leave the school, I go to camp, or I leave the building, I'm outside, I'm seeing how people treat each other, how people conduct business, how people do things. I'm like, man, thank the Lord for the truth. Because I could have been asleep just like them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Psalms 2 and 4.
Common sir.
All right.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision.
Okay. Let's go to now these devils, just like you see in these movies, the bad guy will just sit in the dark and he'll just laugh to himself when he's making a crazy plan or plot. He thinks he's so smart and all that. But that happens in real life, right? That's real. This is officer, was recently came out in the news. Somebody was hit by a car and they passed away, what have you. It was a fatal crash. And this officer is in the car speaking to someone. He just laughs uncontrollably. He couldn't stop himself. He just started laughing and just see that's how these devils are, right? We laugh at, funny things, jokes, humor, smile, it's normal. But then when somebody falls on the ground, they will laugh. Somebody falls down a stairway, they'll laugh. I remember growing up, there used to be a popular thing going on where I'm from, Brooklyn. It was called Faces of Death. Right? For the first, I was 14. We learned about this stuff. There's people crossing the train station. and you get hit by a train. Somebody's in a car accident and they're, on the live, they make it cool. Hey, Shalom, wait, what's going on with you? All right, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the things that we learn about in the world. Okay, people just laugh at unfortunate things. I remember growing up, I had some of my friends were laughing at disabled people, making fun of disabled people. Right? We just learned such terrible habits. But and man, we don't know. You mess with the Lord, He will laugh at you. Okay, He will laugh at your pain. Let's go to Proverbs 1:26, Baba Kashar.
Column Khan, sir. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Hold up.
Salakia,
Yeah, 1 and 20. Hold up.
26.
That's right. Yeah, Proverbs 1 and 26.
Column Khan, sir. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
I will mock when your fear cometh. Right? Imagine, these devils. You know how many times I've seen one of these movies from the 80s or what have you, and these devils are like, oh yeah, we'll see who has the last laugh. They don't know, because the Lord has the last laugh and He will mock you. You're going to be out there, you're going to be on your back crying, Lord help me, save me. You're going to stand there and look at you, point and laugh. Woo! That stings. That stings. Now, what if I just obey the law? What if I just don't eat pork?
Right.
Stop eating shrimp.
Right.
Stop that lust that's in your heart, that alcohol that you just can't put down, whatever it is, you know what it is. The Lord, more importantly, the Lord knows what it is. Okay? And it may be hard, it may be difficult, but you can do it. Listen, it's nothing new. Every one of us have gone through what you went through. Okay, we know, and we're still counseling people that are going through it. And there's so many successful stories. Right, Commanding General Hunter brought out recently that the ISUPK has saved thousands, tens of thousands of people. Right, help people with their rent, help people with their. I can't even go down the list. There's so many ways that we serve our people. Right, by doing so, we serve the Lord. Right. But when we sin, okay, when we cast away reason and give, give attention to the darkness, then the Lord will break us down. He will make us listen, and He will laugh. While you're out there crying, you shivering, you shaking, you cold, you're in the dark, you don't know what's going on, you're confused. You're like, Lord, why are you laughing at me? You know why.
Right.
You know why. Okay. Now let's go to Psalms 37:13.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 13. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming.
That's it on that?
Come on, sir.
It's pretty much, you know what I mean? What we learn in the lips of one prophet is repeated in the mouths of the others. We just said a different way. Okay, there's nothing new under the sun. It may do it a different way. It may be said a new way or another way. But what I'm saying now, or what we all say today, what we've said yesterday, is the exact same thing that our forefathers have said for the past 100,000 or past 1,000 years. There's nothing new. It's not rocket science. I'm not asking you to do 1,000 push-ups. I'm not asking you to climb Mount Everest or get a PhD in calculational physics, right? We're not doing any of that.
Right.
Just don't eat pork. Stop being wicked sinner. Stop doing that thing that you're doing, that you know what you're doing. I ain't gonna say it. Okay, come into the body of the Lord, be counted worthy, all right, as a servant of Yahweh Shah, Christ, as is known in the Bible, as is known in the world,
Come.
right?
Come.
Let's go to Hebrews 10 and 28, Baba Kashar.
Come, sir. The book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 28. And it reads, he that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
Good night. Okay, you despise the law, the Lord will despise you. And not only that, he's gonna laugh. We all gonna gather around, we're gonna say, remember him? Remember them? Remember what they did? You don't want to be an example. You want to be a sample of what to do. Okay. All right. You wanna they when they think about you, when your name is spoken of, if you have that luxury of being spoken of, you want it to be your reputation in high regard and high esteem. Oh, that sister, she always brought in food. She was always friendly. She's always smiling. The kids love her. You see how she hugs the kids? They love that sister. See that brother? He has a great uh, uh, um outlook on life. He's positive. He's going through a lot of hard times. He just had a loss in the family. Something just happened, and he's coping with hard times. But he's positive, man. He's coming to class. He's paying his tithes. Okay, he's kind of one kind. You know what I mean? They're gonna say great things of you when you're no longer here. Not only that, they want to say great things about you while you're still alive. Right? Give Captain Tazaric a hand one more time. All right. Okay. All the captains, the generals, commanding general Yohana, officers, troopers, brothers, sisters, we speak highly of you. Your name is in highly esteemed. It is put in high regard. Just like you look at a statue or you look at a sign, okay, you will be remembered for the great things that you have done. Just like the forefathers before you who have written these things, right? But you speak a name like Judas? Judas? Nah. How many of us gonna name our son Judas? Nah. It ain't gonna happen. Okay, who gonna name your daughter Jezebel? Huh? Oh, now put your hand down. Nah, it ain't gonna happen, right? Because we respect our people. We look at good examples. Now today, you know how many people name their daughters Alizé, Chardonnay, whatever rhymes with A, the Oakland A's. They don't care, right? You know, they named their son. It's true story. I knew a sister named what was it? Shashumba. What? No. Jabama. Sorry, sis. I mean, she probably ain't gonna listen to this. No offense, but Jabama. I mean, I understand Obama, but damn, like we get out. I mean, there's one guy. His name was Champion, and there's another guy. His last name was Blood. Joseph Blood. Like, what culture are we following? Okay, we don't. What's going on with our people? We don't even know what we don't know, right? That's a damn shame. Let's go to Jeremiah. It's that 51 and 7, Babu Kashar.
Come on, concert. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Okay, and that's what's going on in this world. Okay, the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing in Babylon has everybody drinking her Kool-Aid, right? What they say, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid, right? Everybody wants a piece of the sweet action. They want a piece of the pie, right? The American pie. What's going on now? Credit rating's been downrated. The dollar's going down, right? The resources are dwindling. They're no longer able to have kids, right? The LGB whatever movement is just going haywire. This nation is finished. Even the strongest amongst them, they're saying there's a changing of the old guard, right? The old captains, they're generals of the north, generals of the east, first officer, first lieutenant of the south, the mighty men of Esau, their house is fallen, right? And Jacob, who is at the last, we shall be first. Okay, that's how it's got to be. Okay, let's go to Matthew 10 and 28. Bob Kusha.
Come on, sir. The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Good night. Okay, why do people fear the creature more than the creator? Okay, now why do people are scared of the bullet, but they're not scared of the gun? Now what kind of crazy? Listen, you can't tell me you serve the Lord who you've never met, and you know what I mean. You can't love His people who you see every day. Okay, now we're more afraid of that police officer who can pull us over, who can give us a ticket. We're afraid. We're terrified of our manager, our boss, the guy who can write us up. He can, dock our pay. He can do all types of things that'll make our lives a living hell. We're afraid of the boss. You don't want to just quit, get a new job. You don't want to wear your magun dawa. You don't want to rock your shield in front of your boss, afraid of what he might say and what he might do. And that will jeopardize your livelihood. Okay. Well, we should be afraid of the master, the Lord. Okay. You fear the Lord and fear nobody else. Okay. You give respect unto, the men above you, and you respect people in general, you're nice and kind to the general public, but you never give your fear, just like you never give your heart to no one but the Most High.
Right.
Okay.
Come.
Let's go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 17. Baba Kashar, let us know when you got it.
Come on, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 17. I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Okay. Now, listen, it's hard for the world to realize because all they see is negativity. All they see is, oh, they abuse their women, they're violent, aggressive, they're dressed in all black. What's with those guys? That's all they see. They don't know the love that's in your heart. They don't know the courage that you have. They don't know the passion you have to serve your Lord, to serve your people. They don't know. A lot of them don't. They don't care. The fact that you're an Israelite, the fact that you're a Hebrew, that you actually walk in the path, the narrow path, the straight and narrow, they can't do it. And they're gonna be jealous no matter what. They wish they can be the chosen. They know that they're not, right? And they'll make themselves feel good and raise themselves up by pulling you down. But they can't do that because you are the brave. You are the courageous, the strong, the mighty men, the strong sisters. That's with us, right? We are the protectors of the truth, defenders of the faith. We fight, we live, and we die for the laws. All right. With that, pass to class 2, precinct officer, the Posh Kaya. Clap it up.
It's the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK start on 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Room for a new brother and sister. When new brother and sister come to the school, they are living for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves over the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Isra, that means 10 in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the church department or teacher. Priest bond, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you like to give. The next whole convocation is going to be the Feast of the Tabernacles. It's going to be on the 15th day of the 7th month. It's going to be in the space of 8 days. The first day we start Friday, September 29th, sundown. And the closing, the celebration of the closing is going to be Saturday, September 7th, sundown, October 2023. October 7th, 2023. You also can find in the book of Leviticus, chapter 27, the 33 to 44. My often I walk in to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf with that, get walk her salute to the teacher. Men as well. Amaju Sabat. Amaju. Barak. Y'all about to do y'all shop right. Okay, what I just said, may the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Y'all know top of your hand down. Sorry. Turn to the sister. Sister Amaju. We stand. Gonna give a curse salute to the sisters online and the sister in the room. Men Israel. Amaju Sabat. Amaju. Barak. Yahweh Shema El Ba Shem Yahushua. Well, I just said to the sisters, may the Most High watch on you in the name of Christ. Y'all in the top of your hands down. Class dismissed.
I got you.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets.
City eyes.